Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by 1-800-Flowers.com. Go right now to 1-800-Flowers.com, click up top and put in the code PMT and do it right now. Get those flowers in right now because Valentine's Day is coming up, 1-800-Flowers. Today is Monday, February 7th, and we are in L.A. Chris Berman on the show.
What?
You guys have made it here safely. I'm looking right now at Billy. He's got a 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
How's it? Give us the full recap, boys.
Okay, so the vibes are currently high. Overall, it was a great trip. I think everybody had a good time. Every road trip's going to have a little bit of hiccups in it here and there, some adversity we have to battle through.
Like big stakes?
As like maybe a big stake. We can get to that in a second. It was a great time. And to Billy's credit, actually, you know what? This road trip was Billy in a microcosm, 100%, because I'd say 90% of the time he was awesome and a joy to be around.
Uh-huh.
I feel like we got closer on this trip. All of us did. But there was about 10% of the time when, after doing like some serious work, Billy got us through a severe ice storm, got us into Memphis, did some really tough driving, stayed awake the entire time, wouldn't let me touch the wheel. He's like, no, I got this.
wheel.
Don't worry about it. After about 2 days of that, Billy needed to go on another little rumspringer. Billy needed to have like a little mini vacation in the middle of the road trip. So he did the steak challenge in Amarillo at the big Texas.
Crushed it, right?
Well, Billy, don't answer that.
No, let Billy answer. He wants to answer. He's got the words in his mouth.
The video is coming out tomorrow. I don't want to spoil it.
But just give us. I'll
put it this way: if Billy had absolutely dominated the steak, do you think that maybe Billy would have found a way to start talking about what a great job he did?
He would have FaceTimed me from the steak,
steak?
being like, "Look at this! Look at this! Aren't you proud of me?"
Billy, you don't have to answer any of this, by the way.
No, I mean the toughest part of the drive was probably Cincinnati to Memphis driving.
I thought it was the steak.
Well, then when we were going on the road, that's when the ice storm had gone through all the areas. So we were driving at times through about 2 to 3 inches of just pure ice.
I've grown to really appreciate Billy's excuses, by the way. Billy's a fucking artist when it comes to excuses.
Yes, no, he is.
He is so good at them. Like, just reading the blogs that he wrote, every night he'd get back to the hotel, write a blog, and then usually he'd like pass out in the middle of the blog, and he'd be like, but there would always be an excuse for why he didn't finish it, which was,
he fell asleep.
Which was usually like, so I was going to finish the blog, but then I was on my bed, and then I didn't remember anything until the next day.
Like that.
And it's like Billy invented falling asleep.
Which is totally understandable. Being on the road is like very tiring, like physically your body's tired. I know you're a young buck, but so the steak.
So I mean, we had a great. Honestly, it was the best road trip I've ever taken in my life. It was so much fun
across the country.
A couple,
okay,
3, not across the total country, but big sections of it.
This is number one,
and it was awesome.
I'll put it this way: on our way into Hollywood, in the last maybe like we were doing fractions the entire time, by the way, to make it go by faster. I think it was like we were 219ths of 220ths of the way, all the way to the hotel. And Billy goes, I actually think that this road trip changed my life. And I was like, in what way? And he started to answer, and then me and Bubba were like, actually, Billy saved that part. I want to know how Billy's life changed.
It unlocked something in my brain that I don't think will ever go away.
Which is,
do you discover a lot about myself?
Which, anything specifically?
Just Wild Bill.
This is great. Wild Bill. He's like the kid who goes away for 6 months for
feral
school. You studied abroad. Now you're Wild Bill. You got the cowboy hat. I like this. I would like to meet Wild Bill.
Yeah, no, Wild Bill was a lot of fun, and credit to Bubba too. Bubba got thrown in last minute.
Well, that's 100% his fault.
Oh, correct.
We had an awesome time.
But Bubba had a good time too.
Yes.
I think. And Snapchat Steve Romano, was also a great partner. We had solid vibes for most of the trip. Until the part where Billy got drunk and got off for a little bit, and that was a little bit tough. But Billy snapped back after he went on his rumspringer. He was fine for the rest of the drive.
I thought that was a very funny visual when I read the blog, Billy, of you just getting like drunk on purpose so you didn't have to drive, and then taking a piss every 30 minutes. And having Steve throw out your hot piss out the back window.
Okay,
that's like
that was
that is road tripping. Like that's an awesome. That's a great part of road tripping.
But I think we had such high positive vibes. There's no energy vampires in the car. Everyone was going like balls to the wall. We got in situations like we were in Memphis right? And we pull into Memphis after white knuckling it through sheets of ice. And the Tennessee power grid had gone down. And we were running out of gas. And because there was no power at a bunch of the gas stations heading into Memphis, there was a possibility that we were not able to get gas to get to Memphis. And we ended up rolling into Memphis, barely skirting by, having to find the only gas station with power in like 2 counties. We ended up late into Memphis, and all of Memphis had 0 power. So we finally got to the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. It was amazing.
Absolutely gorgeous.
I mean, PFT had a gift that was left for him.
Yeah. So I should probably explain this because I'm not sure if you did happen to read Billy's blogs. He did a great job recapping.
Very
the
funny
entire trip.
blogs.
I got to the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid, which is better than the pyramids in Egypt. They put fucking lakes inside of a pyramid. It's a wonderful, magical place. We go up to the lodge, which is also beautiful. I go into my room. Great room. Amazing room. All the bells and whistles. But I open the door, and there's just a giant trail of rose petals as soon as I open the door. And it leads directly to the bed. And on the bed, I see a Victoria's Secret bag, a Bath & Body Works bag. I see a giant stuffed animal, and then chocolates. And I thought to myself, like, wow, this is really nice of them for them to put this out for me. I thought maybe they were playing a joke. Maybe they're AWLs.
Right.
Maybe they would, like, an AWL doing that would be objectively funny for me.
Yes.
So I'm like,
Because the pyramid knew you were coming.
Yeah, they knew
Yes.
we were coming, and they arranged a tour for us
Yeah.
and everything like that. And so I go in, I start checking the bags, and I pull out the Victoria's Secret bag, 2 really nice sports bras, a pair of yoga pants, some workout leggings, and I was like, this is very lovely. I'm glad that they gave me these things. And then I walk into the bathroom, more rose petals in the bathroom. It says "The One" spelled out in rose petals on the ground.
Oh no!
In the bathroom. And there's another gift bag on the bathroom counter in there. I open it up. I go through it. It's got 2 jars of weed and 2 special things of rolling papers. And I was like, wow, they knew I was coming. This is awesome. And so,
Not a drug guy.
Not a drug guy. And then
Please put that in.
I walk out to meet the guys going downstairs to try to find food. Found Billy, found Steve. And I was like, Bubba, you were already downstairs, right, at that point? Yeah. So I grabbed these guys. I was like, come check out the room. I'm going to do a cribs real quick on my room because they decked it out for me. I bring Steve in, start showing him around, start like bragging, like, look at the hookup here. And then I think Billy sees the bag that's behind one of the chairs in the room. And we have this all on tape. We'll put out a vlog of it. And I'm like, oh my God, whose bag is that? And there were Crocs and dirty laundry hanging out of the bag. And then we look around, we're like, this is not my room.
Yeah.
They double booked my room, and some guy is trying to get laid. So the hardest.
Yeah.
No one has ever tried to get laid harder than this guy was trying that night.
Early Valentine's Day.
Honestly, he was coming on a little strong.
Yeah.
But so Billy starts freaking out.
Yeah,
he's
started
like
tweaking out.
He's like,
Wild Bill.
yeah,
No,
well, Bill,
I was because
we gotta get out of this room.
Look, we had gotten into the part of the country where everyone routinely carries firearms.
Right, but you are Wild Bill.
Right, but if a
it's
kind
kind of-
if a guy walks in,
cowboy hat
no,
on
no,
this
he
point?
wasn't Wild
Yeah.
Bill yet.
no,
yeah,
Wild
no.
Bill.
Pretty old.
Wild-
Where did Wild Bill?
Oklahoma. We
Okay.
got to the gas station in Oklahoma, and it was very apparent that it was a buy a fun hat part of the road trip.
Right.
Once we got past Arkansas, but then we were I thought if a guy was with his
He would
significant
shoot
other
you, yeah.
comes in and sees the 3 of us just like
Smoking his weed.
he walks in, he just starts
Trying
blasting.
on his yoga pants. Yeah, so Billy thought we were either going to get fucked or shot if we stayed in that room.
Uh-huh.
There's a chance that
Why
they
not
come
both?
back into
Yeah.
the room, and the guy's like, wow, okay, I guess it's a bigger party than I'd planned for. So then we found out, because there was also a big part of my take basket that they had left in the room for us.
Ah.
So you
In the
see
same
where-
room?
In the same
Yeah.
room. So you see where my confusion comes
Yeah,
from.
that's
Well,
very
maybe you got set up.
No, I didn't, because then I go downstairs and I'm like, hey, it's a great room, but I think maybe somebody else is supposed to be there. And so the lady comes up, I get all my stuff out, and they see, I think Bubba was in the doorway at the time, and the lady comes up to Bubba, and she doesn't know that he's with us. She thought that he was the guy that was supposed to be in the room, and she's like, Mr. I don't know if I won't say his last name, but she thought that Bubba was the guy, which actually I can't even. We can take that part out because the guy's name was Mr. Walker, and so for a second we thought that Brandon Walker was trying to fuck in that room.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was like a minor setback, and then we almost got killed in Memphis.
Well, the thing is, we were trying to find food when no one was serving food because there was no power. But we saw Hooters, and the Hooters was, as PFT described it, a mirage in the desert.
Uh-huh.
It was the only place open. I'm dead serious. The only place that had power in Memphis was this Hooters.
Westies was closed for locals who know. And
Shout out.
Well, that's
We didn't even go there. I don't know why Billy's
Westies-
shouting him out.
I mean, but
Westies
Billy's a
closed-
Memphis local.
No, I'm saying like,
For
well,
those,
people,
those who know, no.
no, but like Westies, everyone in Memphis is like go to Westies because it's open till 2 a.m. So if you're looking for late night food, they're all probably thinking, why didn't you go to Westies? Westies was closed and they never closed.
There was at least a dozen people who were mad at that point of the podcast right there. They're like, what the fuck? Why didn't you go to Westies?
Exactly.
So
But
we're
anyway,
good.
show up at Hooters and we meet an AWL. Who also sees that Hooters is also closed, and we were talking to him like, where should we get food? What should we do? And he says, maybe if you want to try fast food, go down this one road, and if you want to buy beer, there's don't go to the first gas station, go to the second gas station. We're like, okay, fine. So we head down the road.
We went to
and
the first gas station
we're-
by accident.
We're realizing that we're probably not going to eat that night, so we might as well just pick up some beers and try to get some calories that way.
Yep.
Yeah, it was about
Wild
calories.
Bill. That's
Yes.
a Wild Bill move.
Classic,
Like it.
classic
Wild
Billy
Bill didn't
excuse
show
right
up
there.
yet.
No, I think that's the beginning
No,
of Wild
so
Bill.
if you look at beer, if you look at Coors Light, it's made of wheat. That's in bread.
Yep.
It's made of yeast. All it's like you're eating a sandwich.
Yes.
Sneaky protein in beer.
Yes.
Yeah, sneaky protein.
anyway-
I've also grown to appreciate how often Billy puts the word sneaky in front of things that are just like extremely apparent. Like when he's like, I was just going sneaky 110.
And low key.
Low key. All right, keep going, Billy.
So we are in a camo Chevy Silverado, a very amazing truck, a truck that people would do a lot of stuff for.
It's a truck's
pull up-
truck.
Which I think it's yours now.
Really? No. So we show up. So the
I have a
gas
prediction
station
that
looks.
Billy thinks it's his truck now.
The gas station looks very nice, like newly done, like not an old rundown gas station. Looks like fairly great.
They got
new
good gas
speed.
there.
Yeah, like they
the
have-
good shit.
there's, like you go in there and like there's all sorts of tobacco products. There's also sort of energy
Like
drinks.
an extensive beef jerky selection.
Yeah,
type of
yeah.
Gas
Like,
station.
good
That's what it
stuff.
looks like.
So we pull up, and we're like, oh, does this look like this looks like a good gas station? This must be the second one. So we get out of the car, we walk in. The gas station was like it looked like a.
It was the worst
Liam,
gas
how
station.
would you describe it?
It was the worst gas station I've ever been in my life.
Okay.
Everybody
From
inside
a Pilot J to a
everyone
place where you
inside
want to pay cash.
was like wandering around like they were zombies.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy that was getting cash out of the ATM, actively like looking over his shoulder, look away, typing in like his PIN number into the ATM, making sure that nobody was coming behind him. We probably should have left. We did not. We started checking out, getting all our stuff, and everybody, by the way, was in this gas station, not buying anything,
Just
They were
hanging out.
hanging out and waiting at the counter. Billy thinks that they were selling something else in that gas station.
Oh,
It
not
was
a narc.
Not a narc.
Not, but look,
we did look like
we
big time narcs, though.
Yeah.
We stuck out like sore thumbs, and there was like some guy started whispering in PFT's ear at the
He
register.
called me a bitch.
Yeah,
No,
he
no,
was
no,
like-
no, no. He called me a hoe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he called PFT a hoe, and then he went and walked to one of the older gentlemen who was hanging out by the side of the door. He said, "You security? You security?" And then it's like, why is he asking if that guy's security? Because he's trying to figure out if Anyway,
So
Yeah.
we got
so
out of
the-
there pretty fast.
So the security guard at that point shrugs his shoulders and takes a couple steps back, meaning like he's letting them know he is ready to look away
Right.
at any given point. So then we get our shit, get out into the parking lot. Billy's freaking out, and
no,
no.
no.
And I was cool, man.
Maybe
I was
Wild Bill
eating
had to
pills.
come because he was like, I gotta
Yeah.
protect these people.
Sounds like Wild Bill. Yeah. Memphis rattled them.
Billy was saying like, this sucks because I can't get into a fight tonight because it's still within a calendar year of fighting Jose Canseco.
Oh, 'cause your
So
hands
my,
are weapons,
My hands
yeah.
are still
Yeah,
registered
still
as a
registered
lethal weapon.
No.
That's why.
Yeah.
So no, we're walking to the truck, and like I'm just like looking over my shoulder, just making sure, because I had a feel if we'd stay there any longer, probably a couple phone calls would have been made, and we probably would have gotten carjacked. Because once I went back to the bar at the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid, I was like, look, man, we were at this, and the guy was just like, you're lucky you didn't get carjacked, because that happens all the time in that kind of truck. And like anyway, we
The truck, to be fair, probably gave off signals that we
they-
likely carry firearms.
Well, no, but they couldn't see it.
no, they
Good
yeah,
point. Yeah.
Right. So
Anyway,
you'd have been fine.
As soon
John
as we were-
Cena's
when we were
truck.
getting into the truck in the gas station, all of a sudden, two vehicles pull off. You hear a skirting noise, and like, we're just like, what the fuck? Like, how would you describe it?
It was tensions were high.
Like
Okay.
the noise in movies before a drive-by shooting occurs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So long story short, we got out of there and we're fine. No harm, no foul. But then we the next day we discovered that there was a leak in our tire. There was a nail. Billy hit a nail,
God damn it,
it's not
Billy.
Billy's
How could
fault.
you?
But he did, for the record, drive directly over a nail. And we were trying to find a place to get it changed. There were no places in Memphis except we found this one spot that was in a very bad, like the buildings around it had been burned to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And the only person that was outside was like this 65-year-old prostitute. And it was like 20 degrees outside.
Only person working in Memphis.
Yeah, so
cold.
It was credit to her. And so we're like, you know what? Let's just go over the bridge to West Memphis, see if we can find a place there. We find a place. Then we have to walk to we did a simulated hunt in Memphis is what we said. We had to walk down the street and find a Sonic and then order at that. Fortunately, we got everything squared away, hit the road. No more major hiccups after that except for Billy getting drunk. And then we did.
Well, that was Wild Bill.
That was Wild Bill.
You
Wild
can't.
Bill came out.
I think Wild Bill doesn't. That doesn't count.
Now, as far as the steak challenge goes, which again we won't spoil, but go watch the video that's coming out. Billy,
All I wanted to know is better or worse than the hot wing challenge.
Better.
Well,
Way
all right.
better.
he
Way
didn't even
better.
finish a single wing.
Yeah.
At the hot.
Well,
wing.
that's. I mean,
Way
I would
more-
say like 20 ounces would be the same.
Yeah, so we won't spoil it, but Billy officially tried the Big Texan Challenge at the Big Texan Steakhouse.
Now,
Start of the championship.
was
DVD.
this Wild Bill?
Nope. Oh yeah,
No, this was Wild Bill.
Oh, no. So
Wild
Wild
Bill showed
Bill-
up in Oklahoma.
So Wild Bill. So that's not Bill. Billy might have been able to finish it.
Well, Wild Bill doesn't play by the rules. So
Got it.
Wild Bill did do the extensive prep work.
I'm scared about
Wait,
Wild Bill
wait.
in LA. There's a lot of rules out here.
yeah, I know.
Also,
Does Wild Bill
I don't
wear a
want-
mask?
Wild Bill doesn't like to be told what to do.
I don't want to just gloss over what Billy just said right there. You said, I didn't put in the extensive work necessary to take on this challenge. The only work that he had to do was not get drunk before he tried it.
Right.
That's
And it was also in the morning, right?
and it was also, we got
10
there
a.m.
at 10 a.m. So we think it'd be a fun idea to have Billy going around from coast to coast, like man versus food, but like just getting bodied by
always
food.
wins,
Getting
yeah.
just jacked up by food.
You're the Washington Generals.
He's the
of-
Yeah.
He's the bro Adam.
Man,
I mean,
Richards.
but so many people do those challenges and finish. Like, we
You're-
want to see someone who, like,
You can't finish any of them. Yeah, that actually would be a good video.
No.
Like it's like watch Billy just show up and with all because the nice thing about you is that you would show up to every food challenge being like, this is the one I'm gonna do,
Well-
and then just get bodied time and time again.
let's just remember the steak challenge is the steak plus other stuff.
right. So
Okay,
you
so you got through the whole steak.
and you
Or-
yeah,
definitely
so you ate the whole steak.
definitely ate the
Or-
whole steak then,
well,
right?
I mean, there's grizzle. You were allowed to cut off grizzle.
There was
so
actually
there's,
not any grizzle.
Yeah,
on
there
it.
was no
some
grizzle.
Because it was
Anyway,
sirloin. It was
watch the video. It's an
sirloin
amazing
cut.
video. And then the most beautiful.
Not an amazing video.
The
Oh, it's not out.
not
Yeah,
out,
so
but it
all
will
right.
be
So
out.
don't
But-
watch. It will be an amazing
Yes.
video.
beautiful. After Amarillo was some of the most beautiful country I've ever seen.
Change your life.
This is where you're just like
well,
staring
also-
at the western sky. You guys don't understand. You're laughing, but you don't understand.
This is
I mean, Hank and I have driven the exact same drive.
yeah, but you weren't doing it after miles. Like the transition.
We did it in a RV. We literally did the exact same drive.
also Billy was drunk.
It changed my life
on
too.
that. Billy passed out, like completely passed out. It was Billy left the steak challenge, put on a Hans Zimmer soundtrack compilation of just orchestral music, and then proceeded to pass out in the passenger seat shotgun for the next 4.5 hours. Now he's right about the drive through the west part of New Mexico. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, but I do like the. He's the first person to discover road trips.
Yeah.
No, but it was just really awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
we've
I'm
done
co-
it.
I'm
It's
coming.
a sick drive.
We we're recording this literally 30 minutes after we valeted the truck, and I've been walking. I'm just like, wow, like you got like a driver's high.
I don't think that
runner's
Wild
high.
Bill would let a valet.
Yeah, I
touch
was gonna
his
say
car.
that's
It's like
Well,
you're
there's
getting.
this the
cu-
worst
he's
part about the
cucking your
fucking road trip
Silverado,
was
bro.
the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
trying to
because it's-
find the goddamn place.
That's
and-
fine.
It's a concrete jungle. You can't
Yeah.
have Wild Bill in here.
Yeah.
PFT.
Bullshit.
At any point, I saw one tweet in the beginning, but like at any point, because it worked out, it was a great bet. I think everyone was happy with the content that came out of it. But at any point, were you like, I kind of regret purposely losing these last few weeks because I kind of wish I was just like flying on Sunday.
Yeah, there was one point, I think on the very first night when we're going out to Cincinnati, and it's registering that we're not going to get there until after 3 a.m. And then we have to wake up super early the next day. And once you've been on sometimes it's hard to fall asleep, so none of us got a good amount of sleep on the entire trip. That was really, there was a little bit of doubt at that point, but then honestly, like Billy's vibes brought the entire thing up. Billy's is a very, very good road trip partner. Like I said, 90% of the time.
Was the drive straight through to Cincy the right move?
Yeah,
was.
100%.
I'll accept an
Huge-
apology.
Huge
Actually, it was
shout.
actually Billy. You.
I was
Yeah.
I was talking that type of. I wanted to think that first night to drive.
Yeah, you crushed it. That was road dog life.
Yeah.
It was road dog lifestyle. And
It-
but
it's sa- I'm sad that the trip's over because we had such great vibes between Liam.
Well, there's no rules when you're on the road. Like it's not real life.
Let's keep it up this week.
Just
Let's
dudes
keep-
out on
Gyp-
the road.
Dude, like traveling man.
Yeah, there's nothing like it.
Gypsy
Can you explain the picture you tweeted today too of the guys that somehow found you on the road in their car and put a sign up on their window?
yeah.
That was
I have
scary.
no idea how they found us because we were.
yeah,
This is a trick that Big Cat taught me when I first joined Barstool and we started doing the podcast. When you're in a different place, like stagger your posts a little
Right.
bit, keep people guessing as to where you are. So I was never letting people know exactly where
Don't
we were.
show up and like tweet immediately. Like I'm eating at this place right now.
Yeah.
And
So
then sit there for 3 hours.
somehow this AWL and his girlfriend found us. Like I don't know if they waited on an overpass for us to drive underneath, but they had, I think it was like a Dodge Charger, so it was a pretty sweet loud car, and they got stuff to write on their windows. On the back it said "Thank you for your service, Billy," and then on the side
Thank you.
it said "PFT has no eyes." And so then they pull up behind us, they speed around us. We don't know who they are. They honk their horn as they pass us. So my antenna goes up. I'm like, okay, that's probably a listener of the show. Then they get in front of us. Billy doesn't hear them honk. They get in front of us and they roll their windows down and start waving. And Billy goes, "That guy just flipped us off." And he's ready to, he goes into war
No,
mode.
I
real
just
quick.
see one finger fly up.
You ready to
It's like-
fucking fight?
Well, the
Wait,
beeping-
is this officially? Are we officially in the zone where you can get in a fight?
Yeah, Billy can get into a
you
fight.
can get in
now.
a fight again.
I'm not. No, that was the joke. My
But-
my license has expired.
So you can get in a fight. So just
Technically.
everyone in LA, be careful.
And also, it wasn't a joke because I busted Billy's balls about this a little bit when he was taking on the steak challenge on the anniversary of boxing Jose Canseco. And Billy's like, "No, but like legitimately, if
Yeah,
I
no,
get
I
into
know,
a
we know
fight and I
it's
hurt
not-
somebody,
yeah.
so it's not a total.
We
joke.
know it's not a joke. You said it many times.
It is.
So-
there's legal precedent.
So the person flips us off that Billy thinks, and Billy's like, "Well, they just flipped us off," and we're about ready to fight in Billy's mind. And then I was like, "Billy, no, calm down. They're an AWL. They're a fan of the show." And so then,
Billy kills someone who lives on
No,
the
I
first
thought-
day he's legally allowed to.
I thought no. I thought because they beeped and then they swerved in front of us quickly, and I was like, "What's going on?" Like I'm focused on the road, not what's back right. Anyway, they were really nice. There was another couple that found us in Oklahoma too, who took a video and they tweeted it, put it in the blog. Very cool. And then
Yeah,
you gotta
I
just
saw-
like come up with ways to keep yourself entertained and engaged on the road because there's only so much that one playlist can do.
Yeah.
And we managed to kind of mix it up and keep things spicy on the road. All in all, solid
Billy, I know. I mean, you got the piss and vinegar of a 22-year-old that like you are a perfect road trip guy.
it
You are.
was so fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just
if I,
dude, I'm telling you, just get back in that fucking.
I
car
don't
and
know
go
if
back.
I'll ever catch that high again. Just cruising.
I
Again, you can drive back.
I do think Billy should just live on the road.
Well, so my prediction was that Billy's gonna drive the car back and then just like leave it in his house, and then like in like 2 or 3 weeks he was gonna come up to my desk and be like, "So, like that truck, like, can I keep it now?" I was just been like, you know what? I don't. If no one says anything to me, you can.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he was great to have. Bubba was awesome too. So was Steve. It was a solid group, and I think we're just road dog brothers for life now. We'll always have
go.
the drive to the 405.
There it is.
we saw a crater.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was
Did see a
kind
crater,
of
saw a meteor crater.
It was the most
that the Grand
well preserved crater.
No, it's a
in the
crater.
world.
A meteor struck like 30 miles west of Winslow. So we stopped and went and checked it out. It was a big hole in the ground.
Sick.
As far as holes go, it was one of the bigger ones I've seen.
That is sick.
Probably
I
the
didn't even
biggest.
know- When did that hit?
50,000 years ago?
Oh fuck.
I don't know. I just made up a big
Been a very
sounding
long
number.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big old hole.
All right. Anything else from the drive or any other stories before we do Who's Back and get to Berman?
I'm sure we'll remember other stuff, but everything happened so fast.
If you're on the corner in Winslow, Arizona, look up to one of the top floor windows on the corner. Good surprise up there.
A little Easter egg.
Oh, did you guys put it there?
No.
It's just
Oh.
Billy thought it was really funny because they painted like a guy
Oh,
and
you
a girl making out. in
You
the
sent a
window.
picture. Yeah, you tweeted a picture, right?
Yeah.
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 Billy thought the makeout session thing was.
I mean, it is guy and girl,
pretty
like
funny.
you could imagine.
Yeah, I was saying.
Oh,
it's
what are they
like-
doing?
It's like they
They
wrote a
made it
third
up
verse
together.
to that song, like an additional part where they start smashing and mushing.